One of our favorite stops is Warm Springs Bay on the eastern side of Baranof Island. The attraction here are the hot springs that are located immediately adjacent to this giant waterfall. It's a really cool spot. There's a public use dock that has room for maybe 10, 12 boats, oftentimes quite crowded in the summer. Just up from the dock is a bathhouse that's a public free bathhouse. And then there's a boardwalk that takes you about halfway to Baranof Lake, and then the other half of the way is kind of a muddier trail. And just before you get to the lake, there's a side trail that takes you off to the hot springs themselves. Warm Springs Bay is about 85 miles west of Petersburg, and as you go there, be sure and keep a sharp lookout in the area circled in red. It's a well-known site for humpback whale sightings, and in fact, the last time we were there, we watched a pod of 17 whales using a bubble feeding technique, or sometimes called a lunge feeding technique. Here's a photo we took of those, the kind of corral herring using spiraling blown bubbles, and then one of the whales gives a feeding call when all the bait is concentrated, and then they all come up at once with their mouths open and take a giant gulp. Here's a picture of the hot springs themselves. So there's two springs. The first one, which is mostly what you can see here, is the warmer of the two. Quite warm, in fact. It's probably 5 or 10 degrees warmer than your normal hot tub temperatures. We usually kind of move through that pool quickly and then go to the lower pool, which is where you see me standing there. And it's a much more comfortable temperature. It's very close to the typical hot tub temperature of 104 degrees or something like that. And it's literally right next to the river waterfalls that you see here. After you're done soaking in the hot springs, then making your way back down to the dock, a quick stop at the public bathhouse, where you can have another soak and shower and shampoo your hair. And it's got 3 private compartments with doors, these big plastic tubs in each of the compartments. And there's a hot water inlet and a cold water inlet, so you can adjust the temperature to your liking. If you look on the right side there, there's a tiny black pipe that sort of serves a dual function as an overflow and a drain pipe. So water, as it's continuously coming into the tub, is also continuously flowing out through that black pipe by my right knee there. And then when you're done with your soak, you get out. There's a scrub brush on the wall. You scrub down the interior of the tub, pull that pipe out. It's then exposes a larger hole at the very bottom of the tub. All the water then drains out. You put the tub pipe back in when it's drained, and then in 2-3 minutes, the tub's full again and ready for the next person. Here's a map of Warm Springs Bay showing the location of the dock, the hot spring pools, and Baranof Lake. And because it's oftentimes quite crowded, especially if you get to there in the afternoon, the dock might be full, so you'll have to anchor. There are several places where you can anchor right there close to the dock. We chose to pick a little cove to the south, which was just a beautiful location. I'll show you a picture here next of what we woke up to the next morning. After when we arrived, the dock was full, so we came over here and just came up to this beautiful scene with misty clouds draping the forest walls, and just another boat anchored, a sailboat at the far end of the bay. So that's it. Hope you get a chance to visit it, and thanks for watching it.